Welcome back. This is the 12th episode of the Sports Table, and Connor and I have a special edition of Over and Under, and for the NBA season is coming up in less than a week. And right now we're just going to cover the Eastern Conference, and I guess we'll jump right into it from the bottom up, and we'll start with the Bulls.
So the Bulls are projected at 21.5 wins.
21.5 wins, and their starting lineup is projected to be Chris Dunn, Justin Holiday, Zach LaVine, but he's hurt right now, so who knows? He's going to start right there. Maybe because they don't have another wing on the roster, but maybe Denzel Valentine. And then they have Bobby Portis and Robin Lopez. So I'll let you take your prediction first.
That team's nasty. That's not a good team at all. But 21 wins. 21.5. Sorry, so 22 or 20. We'll be kind of guess here, but.
Over under.
That team is so bad. I'm gonna go over just because it's 21.5. That's so low of a win count. I can see them winning 22 games, just winning some shitty games at the end.
I don't know. I definitely go under because I think Zach LaVine's gonna be out for another couple months here, and he's supposed to be their go-to guy. Chris Dunn, he's day-to-day right now. He's not 100%. Justin Holiday looked good against the Cavs the other night, but comes preseason, so you can't put too much into that.
Preseason's nothing.
Yeah, and if you're putting your stock into Justin Holiday leading the team, come on, that's pathetic in the squad.
I just feel like they're gonna get lucky into a few wins here and there.
The East is
bad.
Terrible. Like the bottom half of the East.
Who's in the Bulls division?
Nobody.
Exactly. There's no one there. They can steal some wins somewhere.
Yeah, they're actually. I go under because they just who they're gonna beat. They have no one to play.
They can beat up on their conference people because that conference is not good.
Yeah, the conference is not good.
I remember they won that conference last year.
Yeah,
well, not technically. They're the 8th seed.
Yeah, they're second, I think. But the Bulls are just so bad. It's gonna be hard to predict with some of the bad teams. Knicks, Hawks, Nets. Pacers are gonna be bad. Magic supposed to be bad, but they're tanking. They have every incentive to tank.
Tanking.
So they have every incentive to tank. They have the draft pick.
Who's going for the first pick? Bulls or Nets? It's the last year of tanking.
Yes, last year. So they have to tank. And
there's 5-6 very top quality players in the draft next year.
Yeah, it should be another solid draft.
Yeah,
should be another solid. I guess we'll see because some players just fold in college basketball still.
And some players will not play next year in college basketball.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Right now, all the controversy in college basketball. But the Bulls are in full tank mode, so I expect them to win as least amount of games as possible. So I'd go under.
All right, so next up is the Hawks, 25.5.
The Hawks, their star line projected to be Dennis Schroeder, Kent Bazemore, Taurean Prince, Ersan Ilyasova, and Dwayne Dedmon.
Another throw-up team, worthy team.
Their roster's built better than the Bulls, I guess, maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe. I think the only thing going with the Bulls is they're not paying really anybody. They have two people over $10 million, and the way cap is set up,
they can have a big cap space next year.
Yeah, but they're tanking. Atlanta's gonna tank. I think they're just gonna try to develop Dennis Schroeder as much as possible, the young players, and I think a trade candidate is probably Kent Bazemore because he's 28 years old. He's making a lot of money and he's built for a winning team.
Winning now.
Yeah, and they have young wing players that they would like to play, so they would like to give Taurean Prince as much play time, and they probably want to get John Collins in there too.
So where are you going?
You said 25 and a half?
25.5.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go under. They're gonna tank. They're gonna tank. I'll go under. They can still win 25. So yeah.
Yeah, they can still win 25.
Yeah, they can win 25. I'll go under. I go slightly under.
I want to go over again just because there's 82 games in a season.
Yeah, but they're terrible.
They're terrible, but I just see there's so many bad teams in the East. So many.
Yeah.
That
you're right.
They're gonna fight on each other, and they're gonna split series, and they're gonna each win some games. Not gonna win a ton of games, but
I mean, it's just play about West. They're not going to win any of those games.
Oh, out West are going to get smoked.
Yeah, so, I mean, they still have to play, at least they still have to play the West teams. And the worst West team are better than, the Hawks. The Suns,
The
Suns
are better
Kings,
than, like, the Pacers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so moving on to the Nets. 28.5.
20.5. The Nets starting lineup projected to be D'Angelo Russell at the 1, Jeremy Lin, Allen Crabbe, DeMarre Carroll, and Moskov. And I say over for 20.5. I'd see them win 30, 31 games because if you think of that roster, and it's obviously better than the last two we talked about.
They have no motivation to tank either.
Yeah, none at all because they don't have their pick. And they don't want Cleveland to get it. So, I mean, they're going to try to win, and they get a motivated D'Angelo Russell. So, a motivated Allen Crabbe. I mean, he's not the best, but he's a shooter. Every team is a shooter. And I think with Jeremy Lin coming back healthy, that will give them a little more firepower. So, I mean, DeMarre Carroll's bummed out. He's old and garbage now, but I think their backcourt could lead them to 30 wins. Yeah, it's not going to be the same terrible. They will still be bad, but they're not going to be worse than Bulls or Hawks. No way.
I'm going to go over 2.
Over? Okay.
I mean, there's no way they are worse than the Hawks and Bulls. There's
absolutely no way.
Zero shot.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the Knicks, 30.5. I'm just going to say under right away. I'm not even going to talk about the team first. You can go ahead and talk about the team, but I'm saying under.
Okay, so I think they're going to start their rookie point guard, Frank Nicotine. I call him Frank Nicotine. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Frank Nicotine. And the two, they got Tim Hardaway Jr., Doug McDermott, Porzingis, and Willie Hernan Gomez.
That team is trash.
It is trash. It is trash. I agree. At 30.5, I actually say over. Okay. I'm gonna go slightly over because
no motivation to tank for them, or
do they have their pick? I think this is the last year of them not having their pick.
Okay.
I think they had it last year and they don't have it this year. Or it's like a lot of it's protected. But either way, tanking or no tanking, that team, they have a motivated Tim Hardaway Jr. and he played well last year. I mean, he's not worth whatever $17 million they gave him. But they get a Porzingis. I really like Willie Hernan Gomez. Really like him. So, I mean, 31 games in the East, I don't think that's impossible for that team. They don't have a backup point guard. They might not have a starting point guard with their rookie.
I like the Nets over the Knicks.
I do not, because the Nets, they have a great coach, but they have one decent player. I like the Knicks' best player over the Nets' best player.
I mean, I do too, but then after that, it just falls off, in my opinion.
Same for the Nets.
And just drops.
The Nets last year, their savior was Brook Lopez, but now he's gone. Now they have Mozgov, and then they have Jeremy Lin. I mean, he's not. I mean, his win shares are probably not the best. So I like the Knicks. I think both the Knicks and the Nets could go over, which is not good for the Cavs because they have the Nets pick, so it's not going to be a good one.
Next up, the Pacers, 31.5.
Okay, Indiana. The Indiana Pacers, they have their starting lineup is projected to be Darren Collison, Victor Oladipo, Baron Bogdanovic, if I think I butchered that name, Thaddeus Young, and Miles Turner. 31.5, I go, that's a tough one for them because that roster is not terrible. But I go over, slightly over, because Victor Oladipo, I think his role last year made him look a lot worse than he is. I mean, he's not the best player as he's shown in Orlando, but that role last year, to stand in the corner and watch Russell go to work, is not one to help a young player, show he can actually play basketball in the NBA. And he's behind Miles Turner, he's still the second option, but Miles Turner should be above and beyond better than he's ever been because he's going to get the most touches he's ever seen. Yeah, should. And that's what I'm kind of banking on here. And then Victor Oladipo, I expect him to be a lot more improved this year. And Darren Collison, I actually like Darren Collison as more of a backup point guard, but he's better than the bottom East point guard other than was D'Angelo Russell. And D'Angelo Russell, he has a lot to prove, but this team, as they're 1-2, are better than the other 3 or 4 teams we talked about.
I agree with that too.
You go over?
I'm going to go under though.
Under?
I agree with what you said, but banging on Miles Turner too much.
Well, I like Miles Turner though.
No, I do too.
Because he's the, I guess, I can't say traditional, but he's the modern day big.
Yeah.
He likes to stretch the floor. He can get the rebound. Has a little bit of post moves in him, but he's shown promise to me, and I expect him to have I want to say breakout year, but I don't know if he's going to be quite breakout. Like Jokic last year was breakout. He came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Giannis as well.
Yeah, Giannis. I mean, Hassan Whiteside probably not last year, but the year before. And I don't know if he's going to have that big of a year, but if he does, it'll definitely hold him over. Hold him over up. So,
all right, so next is the Magic at 33.5.
33.5 for Orlando. Their starting lineup is projected to be Elfrid Payton, Evan Fournier, Terrence Ross, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. For this team, for 33.5, I go under because I have no faith in anyone in that starting lineup. Elfrid Payton, he is below average at best. I guess scale 1 to 10, he maybe has a 4, maybe on a good day. But Evan Fournier, this is probably his last year to say he's probably worth being on a team, I guess. Because, I can't really say that. I mean, he's had a decent years, but he's a streaky shooter, can't really defend that well. And but when he looks good, he looks like a role player at best. But
I'm gonna go under as well.
Yeah, they're paying him a lot of money. Terrence Ross is a role player. He's a spark plug. Aaron Gordon, they're stuck in the 20 position, but I think he's definitely a 4. I think we talked about this in a different podcast one day with Aaron Gordon. And Vucevic, I like Vucevic a lot, but he plays like Nikola Jokic, but he doesn't have the jumper, and he can't pass as well, but he has similar post game and he can't defend. So that's a death match for him.
I'm going to go under as well just because all 5 of those starters are below average.
Yeah.
Starters.
I honestly think this team can compete for the first overall pick.
Yeah, and they're way up there.
Yeah.
And they're like the 6th best team in the East, or 6th worst best. Whatever you say it, like, they're better than 5 teams in the East. There we go.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
That's a tough one because their roster, they have more average players than, the bottom 5, because some of the bottom 5, they have really garbage players on their team.
I mean, Magic or Pacers?
Magic, I take Pacers.
And then Magic or Knicks?
That's a tough one because New York, if Doug McDermott starts, that's tough. And then they also have a rookie point guard. But I still take the Knicks because the Magic, they have, the Knicks have the best player. They have the best player. At the end of the game, the Magic don't know who they're giving the ball to. Yep. And the Knicks can be like, hey, look, if it's clutch time, Porzingis are young, but we know you can actually play.
Yeah.
We know we're going. And they're out of the triangle system. They know what they're doing. Not really.
They don't know what they're
doing. They don't know what they're doing, but they know who to build around. I hope so.
And Porzingis has to be that guy.
It has to be that guy. I don't have any faith in the management. I don't think they're smart enough.
I'm glad they found those management.
I think
they had to.
We're smart enough to know that they should build around Porzingis, but I don't know if the management is quite smart enough to know anything.
I'm still saying they made a mistake in the draft by picking that point guard.
Frank Nicotine?
Yeah.
I don't know because I can't say that because what they did with Porzingis.
Yeah.
I mean, albeit if you're gonna play devil's advocate to that Porzingis pick, Porzingis was more of he was a top 5 pick. If Phil Jackson wouldn't have drafted him at 4, Orlando would have got him at 5. Yeah. So, but it was still we could have passed on him. We could have went the other direction. But
I'm just saying from this point of view, I see Dennis Smith being better than Frank.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They could have Dennis Smith.
But they could have been like, hey, Frank could be better than Dennis Smith.
Yeah, of course.
So, they thought he was better than Malik Monk too, and I don't know, but
Well,
It's an argument to be
We'll
made
find out.
that Dennis Smith is probably the best point guard in the draft. Like he can compete with Lonzo. He can compete with Markel. He's just as good as those. Like talent wise, he's just as good. So I think he fell for his team, which is unfair. But we're gonna see what they can do.
What all the rookies do this year. All right, so next up is Pistons at 38.5.
38.5. Okay, their starting lineup is projected to be Ray Jackson, Avery Bradley, Stanley Johnson, Tobias Harris, and Andre Drummond. 30.5. I'm going over on that because I think they will most likely get 8 seed. Where are they at? And honestly, not the biggest fan of this lineup, but Avery Bradley pickup was huge to me because I think Boston made a mistake on letting him go. I know they had to bring in Gordon. Yeah, they had to get the cap, but I think it was other routes they could have taken or tried. I don't know. I guess it was just a last minute thing they had to, but Avery Bradley's huge, and Reggie Jackson, he's been a cancer to every locker room he's been in, but this is his last go around, and I think Stan Van Gundy, if he bombs this year, if they go under on 30.5, I think this is his last year as well. His last coaching job.
He's not a bad coach, though.
He's not a bad coach, but he hasn't done anything in Detroit since he's been there.
I mean, he's not any talent, though. That's the thing.
But he's also the president of basketball operations too.
Yep.
I also think
he would fire him to the coach, and then he would be the GM, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they would just fire him completely and go start over.
Okay.
But I think if he fails, I think it'll be the end of him and Thibodeau. If they both fail, it'll be the end of the head coach / president of basketball operations era with Doc and all that, because it hasn't worked anywhere. If you think about it, it's just a lot of work you have to put in to get quality players and sign players and then coach them. So but all in end all for Detroit, I think Drummond is the key to the team because he can't be bad like he was last year.
I see them going over just because I see whoever gets that 40 wins will make the playoffs, and I see them getting 40 wins. I see them making the playoffs as the 8th seed.
Because the East is bad.
East is garbage.
If the Pistons get in the playoff, that should tell you a lot. The Pistons, they don't have a playoff roster by any means at all, but I think they'll get in 7, 8. So.
All right, so next is the Sixers at 42.5. So projected a winning record for the first time in a million years.
Is it 40?
42.5.
42.5.
I'm already going
oh God,
that's a big number for the Sixers.
Their projected lineup is to be Markel, JJ Redick, Robert Covington, Ben Simmons, and Embiid. This is a tough one for me because 42.5 for this young team is a lot, actually. I'm going under, because 43 wins from a team that didn't win 30 games last year is a huge. I think it's like a 17 win difference. That'd be record breaking easy. I mean, a 17 win difference from season to season, that's huge. I can see them going 35, 38 games easy, and that's a huge improvement what they did. Of course, Embiid's got the contract. He's a huge player, but I just think they're a season away from the playoffs. So,
I'm going under 2. That team is injury prone. That's the biggest key. It's Embiid's been out, played 30-something games in 3 years. You got Ben Simmons played no games at all last year.
Yeah.
Fultz already showed he was injured in the preseason. This team just can't stay healthy, and if they can't stay healthy, they're not going to win 42.5 games.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
way.
Like Embiid, I can see if Embiid was playing.
If Embiid was playing for that contract, if he was playing to the maximum potential of that contract, then yes.
Yeah, if he's playing 70 to 82 games, or even 60, he can play 60 games, and he might do that. We never know. But if he was playing, fully healthy, no minutes restriction, that's a huge one. No minutes restriction, then. Yeah, they might be able to get it because Embiid is that good.
Embiid is great.
Embiid,
if he can stay healthy,
he could be easily a top 3 center if completely healthy. I think he's that good and that good talented wise, but we don't know with him. I mean, look in the preseason game last night. He was phenomenal in 15 minutes, but albeit against the Nets. But again, he was phenomenal. but I just don't know if he's gonna stay healthy.
All right, so moving on to the Hornets at 42.5.
Charlotte. Okay, their prediction lineup to be is Kemba. At the 2, I don't know, maybe Jeremy Lamb, Malik Monk. We'll see. Because Batum is hurt right now, so we don't know. At the 3, MKG, Michael K. Gilchrist. At the 4, Marvin Williams, and then Dwight. At 42.5, I'd go over because it was gonna be a tough start out because without Batum, because he's our second option at all times. He's a veteran. He plays against starting lineups all his career, and to replace that with a rookie or Jeremy Lamb is going to be tough. But in the East, I think we can survive, and we can probably get 46 games easy and beat a 5-6 seed. And I'm definitely going over.
I'm going over too. I think Dwight comes back a little bit this year and starts playing like he's not gonna play like he used to play, but he's gonna be
Dwight, but
he's gonna be good this year. I think with the new offense and everything that he's back.
Yeah, I'm not big on Dwight, of course, because you have no reason to be, but I think Dwight can average 15 and 10 because
which would be great for the Hornets.
Which would be great, it'd be phenomenal. I mean that would be huge, just based off lobs, putbacks, not free throws, but I think he can play well.
That man can actually free throw for his life.
And I really like Malik Monk. He might be a streak shooter, and maybe midway through the season he might cool down a ton because the rookie wall. He never played that many games in a season at that level. But Malik Monk, he could. I think I have a prediction. He will, by mid-season, January, All-Star game, he will be the full-time starter 2 and move Batum to the 3 and MKG off the bench. Because MKG, he's injury prone as well. He's like a Philadelphia player. He hasn't stayed healthy probably one full season with us. And the jumper's still broken. That's never going to be fixed. I think
that's why I wish he could play 4 because he cannot shoot.
I think he will play a lot of the 4 because he can't shoot, period. And I think his ceiling is more of a Tony Allen ceiling.
Defensive player.
Yeah, be the best defensive player. Like when a team comes in, they hate seeing him on the other side. But we haven't seen that yet because he hasn't stayed healthy. He can't shoot. He's of course not a playmaker, so.
Can't dribble either.
Yeah, he can. He can really defend. He makes us that much of a great defensive team, and that's the only thing I like about him, because offensively he's just a complete slasher. But we're gonna see.
Going into the Heat now at 43.5.
Miami. Okay, their lineup is supposed to be Goran Dragic, Dion Waiters, Justice Winslow, James Johnson, and Whiteside. 43.5. I'm also gonna. I'm gonna go over because they should build off last year. I mean, they finished very strong last year. The East is worse than it was, so they should have they have 3 teams to look forward to playing against. Then a lot more than 3. But Bulls, Hawks, and either the Knicks or the Nets are gonna be way worse than we ever expected.
Yeah.
And so Miami. And I like Dion Waiters. He got paid. I hope he's still motivated to play. Whiteside is always great. I think he's a top 3 center in the league. Dragic. He's a decent point guard. He's not an all-star, but I think he's a tier below that, which is still really good if you think about all the great all-stars we have in the game. So I'm going over, and they will be a playoff team again. Well, back in the playoffs.
I'm going over too. I like the team. I mean, obviously, I like Whiteside too.
Yeah.
I thought it was top 4 center.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm right next to you. I think Dion Waiters can shoot. Obviously he can shoot. So
he's score.
He'll be a great scorer. And then I think Dragic turns out the clock a little bit, and
I hope so.
And plays well this year.
I like Miami. I like the direction they're going. And they also have Tyler Johnson too. I really like him. He's a phenomenal player. I just like the fact that they're going in the right direction. They're not tanking like a lot of teams in the East are. Like, they're in that between situation, which is kind of hard. If you're a fan, it's kind of hard to be in that situation. Like, we're Charlotte fans, and we're in the between. We're not terrible, but we're clearly not a contender.
Everybody's tanking about the Celtics and Cavs.
Yeah, well, in the East, yeah. Well, and the Wizards, because they have players that want to win, Yeah. So,
I guess the Raptors too, but the
Raptors, Bucks. I mean, I guess not every team is tanking necessarily, because when I picture tanking, I think of tanking as you're going for the first pick. You're purposefully not trying to gain talent. Like what the Philadelphia was doing, their tanking was all just godly. Like they were like, we don't want veterans, we want D-leaguers. We just, our rookies, if they get a sprained ankle, we don't want them playing a full season. We're gonna just go after first round picks over and over and over again. So
they got JJ Redick.
Yeah, going
for the playoffs.
See, they're not tanking now.
Going for the playoffs.
Yeah, they're fully not tanking now, because they went and got veterans that they want. So I think Miami will be a decent team this year.
All right, so going to the Wiz, 47.5.
Washington.
At John Wall.
Okay, Washington. They have John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, Jason Smith, and Marcin Gortat. Well, I think Markieff Morris start before Jason Smith, but 47.5. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over on that, because John Wall. I'm a huge John Wall fan.
You thought he's a top 2, top 3? No, top 3 point guard. You said, right?
Yeah. I forgot what I said. I think it's top 3. I think it was top 3.
I think he's a top 3.
Yeah.
Because you had Steph and
Russell,
Westbrook,
and then I had John Wall. Or was it CP3? I think it was maybe CP3.
You had him top 4.
Yeah.
Top 4.
I had him up there. Either way, I had him up there as one of the best in the league. Bradley Beal, I love their backcourt. They have a phenomenal backcourt. And then Otto Porter Jr., he just got paid. And he's a stretch player. I think he'll play some of the 4-2, because he's like 6'7", 6'8". Markieff, he showed up last year in the playoffs, and Marcin Gortat is always just stand around the block, get the dump off pass, and dunk it. That's it. So I mean, I like their team. They just don't have any depth, and I think that's gonna harm them in the 82 game season when Bradley Beal and John Wall try to play every game. They don't have. I mean, like, who's a backup point guard? So they don't have.
Bradley Beal.
They don't have much. That's the only thing I think is going to harm them. If they're an injury, if Bradley Beal's out for 15, 20 games, that could be an under real quick.
I'm gonna go over. I like John Wall as well. Like I don't like him as much as you do, but I think he's a great point guard. I think he's top 5. I think he's number 5.
Yeah. I think they could be a 3 seed, 4 seed in the East. I'm not high on the Raptors. The Bucks, they're still one more year / getting one more piece, that like a significant piece away to actually competing.
I can see a Wizards perfect season getting a 2 seed.
I don't know, because unless the Celtics just tank, like they just fall apart, and then then that would happen. But the Wizards, I can't see them winning 50 games. 50 games for the Wizards would be crazy. Imagine 50 and 32.
47.5 over.
Well, I'd slightly over. I guess that would be a crazy season of 50 games for them. That's a 3 seed.
So next is the Bucks, the same as the Wizards, 47.5.
Milwaukee, their starting lineup is supposed to be Malcolm Brogdon, Chris Middleton, Giannis, John Henson, and Thon Maker. I'm actually going under, because look at their backcourt. Brogdon, Middleton's okay. Jabari's still hurt. He probably back to December, January. Giannis is, of course, phenomenal. John Henson is Thon Maker. He's still a year or 2 away. Yeah, he's not gonna be. He needs to take strides. If he takes huge strides, maybe, but you never know. But Brogdon, they had a whole offseason. I don't believe he's a starting point guard. I think he's a great backup. But they have like Matthew Dellavedova. They paid him. That was a fail. I think the way their roster is constructed is not to. It was supposed to win now, and they were betting big on Dellavedova to do what he did with LeBron, but they don't have LeBron. So, I see them going under. I still like their team a lot, but and where they're going, but their cap situation for the future is just so tight, and they're stripped of a lot of money.
I love this team. Like I love Giannis, obviously. If Jabari Parker comes back playing like he was last year, it'd be better. I think Thon Maker has an upcoming year. Hopefully this year, Middleton's a decent too.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's not great, and Brogdon's probably an average one.
He's decent,
average or worse. But with all that, I still see him going under. I see the Wiz better than the Bucks this year.
Yeah, I can never see that because the Bucks, they're also a young team. I mean, Giannis, their best player is Giannis, and
Giannis is 23.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything 24. Either. And then where's the real shooting coming from?
I mean, you got Middleton, but I mean,
yes, one player.
Yeah.
And then Giannis, of course, he can't really shoot. He's gonna
shoot.
have the ball a lot.
He's a mid range.
Yeah, Brogdon. I think Brogdon would be solid. Maybe 37% 3-point shooter maybe this year, maybe, which is not terrible. Thon Maker, I can see him definitely shooting well, and
I hope to see Thon Maker good this year.
His potential's through the roof.
Stride.
His potential through the roof, and then
we never know how old he is, but I hope he takes the stride.
I think he's probably like 26, 27 years old.
I mean, he could be like 35, but he just looks young. I mean, I don't know, dude. This guy is just, he's his mystery.
Yeah, he's the mystery age, but
mystery birth certificate.
So I guess he's listed as 21, 22?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
That man looks old, older than 21. Not old, but like
he looks.
No, he looks
really old. That's funny, but I hope Jabari Parker comes back and plays his ass off, and just great. Because in that case, then they may be over. But I can't. They have to have a great season to be over that.
All right, moving on to the Raptors, 48.5. I'm just gonna say under right away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say under right away. I don't.
Their starting lineup is projected to be Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, T.J. Miles, Serge Ibaka, and Valanciunas.
I don't like this team at all.
I'm not a fan of this team. I think
there's no way, in my opinion, that they're better than the Bucks or the Wiz.
I'm going under,
okay.
and I can see them being a better record than the Bucks just because they have way more experience, and especially when playoff time comes around, I can see them beating them again.
I mean, they have Lowry and DeRozan.
Yeah, and Ibaka has been there. Valanciunas has been around. They haven't won like championships.
They have experience.
But they have plenty of experience. CJ Miles has experience. I actually really like to pick up CJ Miles. I think he's equivalent to the PJ Tucker signing in Houston. He's a 3-and-D guy. He can really play, but I think what Toronto's really doing, they're putting too many eggs in the basket of Norman Powell. I'm not huge on Norman Powell like everyone else is. This past season, especially playoff time, when everyone was actually watching Toronto, they didn't play him a ton. To give him that, 4 years, $42 million? It's not a crazy amount of money in today's NBA, but still enough to be like, well, what did he do to earn it? I mean, he hasn't shown that many flashes of, the contract extension. So I think it's under. I think they could be even a 5 seed. Yeah.
Next up is the Cavs at 53.5.
Okay. The Cleveland Cavaliers lineup for right now is supposed to be D Rose, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Jay Crowder, and Kevin Love. And I'm going over easily because they're in the East. They could possibly win 60 games if they get, meshing together, if LeBron doesn't take too many games off, if Isaiah Thomas, it's a lot of ifs, but if Isaiah Thomas comes back really healthy, like 100%, not 50, just to put him in there. But I think they're going to go way over.
I see them over easy.
Yeah.
They'll be pushing 60 wins.
Yeah, I think it'll be really close to 60 wins. So, this lineup, the starting lineup of, do you agree with that starting lineup of D Rose, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Jay Crowder, and Kevin Love?
I think LeBron's probably at the 4 and Crowder's at the 3.
I don't.
I think you would switch it because Crowder's smaller, by a little bit.
I don't think it really matters in today's league because
height-wise,
who's gonna post him up as a 4?
LeBron's gonna post him more as a 4.
I'm just saying.
Kill somebody down
Jay Crowder's the 4, but nobody's gonna put on opposing teams gonna post him up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you think about Carmelo Anthony's a 4. Like,
can you imagine LeBron being put against a 4 every game?
No, LeBron, he's been adamant he does not want to do that.
No, I mean, like, offensively.
Oh,
he would destroy somebody.
But the 4, nobody's gonna guard him. The 4 is not gonna guard him. Yeah. They're gonna put their best player on LeBron, no matter the situation. Yeah. But I think I think J.R. Smith should have started, honestly.
Over D Wade?
Yes, because I know D Wade's the veteran. I know that people are like, man, D Wade is D Wade. His name is given the starter alone, but look at the shooting in this lineup.
Either way you go, you're gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah, you're gonna piss somebody off.
D Wade's gonna be mad, and J.R. Smith is now mad.
And I'm sure that D Wade, before signing to the Cavs, he was like, I have to start.
Yeah.
And they agreed to that.
Yeah.
But look at the shooting. The 1 and 2 right now.
They can't shoot at all. LeBron can't shoot that well either.
I mean, LeBron is gonna shoot well. I have no problem with LeBron.
Well, like for 3 points?
Yeah, no problem. Like, he's been improving. Like last year, LeBron shooting 3. I was like, oh, that's fine.
He's gonna get that free throw up.
Yeah, of course he's not a Steph Curry or anything, but we also think about it. LeBron,
Jake Carter can't shoot, can he?
Yeah, he's a really good
shooter.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Jake Carter that much.
Yeah, he can really shoot, especially the corners.
Catch
and shoot.
You have Kevin with a 5, he can shoot.
Yeah, LeBron. The thing about LeBron, he doesn't. What wide open threes LeBron ever have? No one's gonna leave LeBron.
No one's gonna leave wide open at all.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going off LeBron's contested threes, and he's getting a lot better at them. And
that lineup is like, it's not a regular lineup. You have your 3, 4, and 5 shooting all the threes, and not the 1 and 2. That's just weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Not this league anymore.
But D Wade, I don't care anymore. Like, D Wade is really good, but J.R. Smith, I think he expected for a lot better. And off the bench, especially if you think about it like this, when Isaiah Thomas comes back, then I guess it won't matter. But imagine the lineup of Isaiah Thomas, J.R. Smith, LeBron, Jay Crowder.
That lineup can shoot.
Who's going to guard that?
That lineup can shoot.
Or even Kyle Korver. Put Kyle Korver in there. Or what if they do run D-Wade at the 1 some, which I think they will. They have a freelance offense and just, have him bring the ball up the court and then give it to LeBron.
You have D-Wade out there at the 1, but you have LeBron running the 1.
Yeah. They pass the ball around and, they're veterans, so I think they'll figure it out pretty easy.
Last but not least, the Celtics at 56.5.
Celtics. The Celtics lineup is going to be Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Marcus Morris, and Al Horford. I think that starting lineup ended up switching, and they could start Jason Tatum at the 4 instead of Marcus Morris, which is likely to happen in my opinion. But I go under on that because if you think about it in the league, we always have 260 win teams. And I think the Warriors would be one, and Houston would be the other, not the Cavs. And so Boston, they're not going to go over 56.5. I looked at this team, and I'm like, they have skill, but why do people possibly think they're going to be better than the Cavs? I mean, of course, the Cavs lost Kyrie Irving, but they traded him to Boston and got 2 of Boston's best players. The Cavs are better than the Boston Celtics at every position except point guard now. So
I'm going under as well.
Yeah,
there's no way that team does 56.5. I mean, that team has to gel first.
Yeah, you have to completely gel. 56 games.
They have 4 players.
7 games.
They have 4 of the same players from last year. Everybody else is different.
Yeah, so
their longest tenured player is Marcus Smart, and he's 25, 24 or something.
Exactly. Like that? So that's gonna be a tough. And when it comes down to crunch time, they have to rebound. They have to rebound. Al Horford is a power forward playing center. He's maybe 6'10", maybe if that.
Oh.
If that. He'd probably be 6'9". So
he's a center. But he can't play power forward though either though.
Well, yeah, I think he definitely play power forward. Because if you think about the way the game is, they have a lot of stretch fours. Not many actual ball handlers are going to be at the 4. Anthony Davis, Porzingis, Carmelo Anthony, Ben Simmons, people like that, or even Paul Millsap. People like that are, they there above and beyond at their ball handling talents is at the 4. But everybody else, they're like, oh, whatever. You know, who cares? So I guess we're going to move on. That's our over-under for the entire Eastern Conference. We're going to move on to our 3 locks from the Eastern Conference. So what do you think your 3 locks would be?
You going to do 1, 1, 1, 1? Is he doing like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first lock is going to be the Sixers going under.
Sixers going under.
Yes.
Okay. Mine, well, okay. Dang, this is kind of hard for
Exactly.
me.
It's really hard, actually. I didn't think it was going to be this hard.
Okay, my lock would be the Bulls going under.
So the Bulls
winning 20 games.
They're going to go 20 or less. 21 or less.
Yeah, 21 or less.
Wow. That's crazy.
Their roster is just constructed to lose.
I just can't see how you... Man.
I mean, the thing about the Nets a couple years back, 17 wins,
they're gonna
18
be
wins.
They're going to be in the They're going to be in the teens wins. Wow.
Yeah, I just don't think their roster is constructed. I think they have the worst roster in the league. Period. Especially when it comes to scoring the ball and who to rely on down the stretch and who, if you need a basket, who to give the ball to. Whatever. They're not good at all.
My next one would probably be the Celtics going under.
Celtics going under? Okay. I'm going to go the obvious here and go Cavs over.
Okay.
I think that's it. That's an easy one. If the Cavs don't win 54 games,
Someone got hurt.
Or LeBron just like, I don't want to play.
Or LeBron is this is downfall year.
Yeah. If this is LeBron's, his Father Time, then of course. Then the league is over. If LeBron has Father Time, the league is over. I mean, because who else is going to compete with the Warriors? No one. The league would force KD to move, force him out of Golden State. They would force a fake injury somewhere on the Golden State Warriors. Like something would have to happen in order to make up for LeBron being gone.
A mystery Zeke suspension. Like,
exactly.
You're going to get suspended for the whole season because you did this.
Draymond's going to trip someone and he's like, oh, you're done for the playoffs.
You're done for the whole year.
Yeah. So, LeBron downfall, that's a knock on wood moment. I would hate to see that ever happen.
No, that'd be the worst thing.
Yeah, for the NBA, yes. That would be the worst thing that ever happened because the Warriors ransack everyone. There'll be no one to compete with them.
It's hard now. I don't want to do the same one as you, so I'm trying to figure out one.
Okay.
This one's rough.
I'll go with as my third option. I'm going to Hornets over.
I like that.
Hornets over because Batum, he didn't have to have surgery. He's out 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks. So I think we could survive without him. In the East, we're better than a whole lot of teams.
Oh yeah.
So, and our best player is clearly better than a lot of other best players. And I think Malik Monk by January, like I said, All-Star break, will be a starter.
I mean, if you go down the list here, Kimba is better than the best Heat player. Hassan might say, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, then you go to Sixers. He's better than the best Sixers player unless Embiid's healthy.
Yeah, unless Embiid's healthy.
But I'm not counting on Embiid being healthy.
Yeah.
But then you got the Pistons, Magic, Pacers, Knicks.
It's
Nets,
trash.
Hawks, Bulls. He's better than all of them.
Now, I guess you can say, Porzingis maybe, but he hasn't showed a lot.
He has no one around him.
He has no one around him. I'm gonna lock that in. It's over.
My last lock is gonna be actually the Knicks under.
The Knicks under. I had them over.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna see about that one. The Knicks could definitely be under. I can see how they'd be over. Like that was an iffy one for over under for me because the Knicks are in a peculiar situation where they don't have much talent. They have a phenomenal player.
Porzingis.
They're gonna have a new system, a new regime under helm.
Everything's gonna be new.
But New York is a mess. That's the only thing. They're not as bad as other teams at the bottom, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Only at the bottom, just judging the bottom. But New York is a whole mess. Like James Dolan, and
you're right.
He refuses to fire, to get the bad out of New York, the Knicks organization. They can't get any free agents because people like to play in New York. I think people love to play in New York, but the fact that they don't play for the Knicks, I would love to play in New York, but not the Knicks. Forget that. I really. And
go to the Nets. They both suck.
I rather play Cleveland. Just go to Cleveland.
That says something.
Yeah,
well,
go to Cleveland.
If LeBron's there, I'll play in Cleveland any day.
Yeah, well, I mean like the city. Like,
but if LeBron's
you have
gone,
to give up the city. I rather go to Milwaukee. Somewhere
agreed.
It's cold up there though. It's cold, but I mean, hey, forget that. That's
go to Miami.
Oh, I'll definitely go to Miami.
Oh, Miami's nice.
I mean, their thing about organization is 10 times better than the Knicks. Like who's running it?
They have a great person running that.
Yeah, Pat Riley's way better.
Great. He's been great for years now.
Dolan needs to get someone that actually knows what they're doing. That actually wants to be the president. Of the team.
Dude, everyone was scared to take that job.
I would be too. I mean,
everybody was scared because they had the expectations through the roof.
Yeah,
and they have nobody on the team right now. They're Porzingis.
They're terrible. I mean, if I were the Knicks, if I had Porzingis and I was like, "This is what I'm building around," I'll take the Knicks.
Hey, give me a chance.
Yeah, I'll take the Knicks.
I might not have any experience, but I want to try it.
And then
no one else wants to try it.
I'll only take the Knicks if I'm like Dolan. I can clear house of this. Everyone, like, I'm not taking your assistant GMs. I'm not taking
the triangle offense.
I'm not even taking your trainers. I'm not even the scouting. I don't want any of them. I want to get all new everything.
Has to be
because what's going on there is terrible. And the only thing Philadelphia did do well there was the fact that when teams called, they were like, "I want future first round picks," and he was like, "I'm not trading future first round picks. That's stupid." And that's the one smart thing he did do. I mean, I guess. That's not saying a lot, but considering what the Nets did...
The one smart thing he did.
Considering what the Nets did...
Everyone knows the Nets made the worst trade of all time.
Yeah, they went after, what, 3 old guys?
3 old guys for 3 first-round picks?
They went to... They got Paul Pierce, Kevin KG, and Jason Terry.
You see how the Celtics built up with those picks, though?
Yeah. I hate Boston.
Oh, I mean, I hate Boston teams, too.
I hate Boston teams, so... Kind of pissed about that. I kind of hate on the Kyrie Irving trade, but... Well, if he came to Charlotte, I'd have been ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. If you had well, say you had to trade Kimbo away.
For Kyrie? Yeah.
100%?
100%. I mean, I love Kimbo, but...
But it wouldn't have been Kimba, though. It would have been Kimba and somebody, and like 2 or 3 more players.
Give him Monk. Give him... I don't know. Give him somebody. Give him Monk. Give him Kimba and...
Gilchrist.
Yeah, give them them.
Those 3 for
we don't have much assets, as you see, but
yeah,
I think that would have gotten it done. Because Kyrie's contract is like 18 million, and Kimba and MKG's making like 12, so you had to like fill it in somewhere. But I don't know, man. Of course, Boston's trade was a lot better than what we just proposed, 100%. But in June or whatever, when Kyrie reportedly had made the request, shoot, Charlotte should have been all over it.
Charlotte should have been calling the first night.
Yeah, like that. Kyrie is, I'm not gonna say a franchise player because I don't think he can be the best player on the team and win the championship. Not at all. But I think getting him can attract other great players. Yeah. So.
Like Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. Well, Isaiah Thomas did that. I think he was gonna go there anyway because of Brad Stevens.
Yeah, he loves Brad Stevens as a coach.
So, but hypotheticals. I don't know if Charlotte ever get a franchise player.
Any last thoughts for you?
Nah, other than Charlotte should have made that trade. Just put it in the trade machine on ESPN.com and see if it doesn't work.
I see how it would work, but I don't know if the Cavs would want that though.
But my thing is, they were in Phoenix trying to ask for Eric Bledsoe and Josh Jackson, and I think that deal would have been done.
The Celtics didn't come up and say.
But they didn't. They didn't want to trade Josh Jackson, which is understandable. Yeah. Whatever.
Who's your 3rd pick?
Whatever. Yeah, but I think if we would have gave Malik Monk is really good though. Any other draft, he'd have been top 5 pick. So I think he's really good. I hope he's a star because we need one. Another one. We have Kimba. We try to downplay Kimba so much, but yeah.
Everyone downplays Kimba.
Yeah, it sucks, but
he's only an all-star in the East, which he is.
I mean, because he's not better than Dame, and Dame would definitely be all-star in the East.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, I guess that's our final thought of hypotheticals over here. But Next podcast, what Western Conference?
Western Conference over unders, and then the 3 locks, just like Eastern.
Yep. That's the next one. So look forward to that, and we'll see you tomorrow.